Hello, darling angels. Today we are going to get right to it with the nectar of this spectacular transmission. So I'm going to start with a quote that I shared quite a while ago, and it is, "We manifest who we know and feel ourselves to be. When we know who we are in ultimate truth, our lives flourish in concert." So today, I'm going to teach you how to manifest in the most powerful, accelerated, consistent way possible by aligning and living in your core frequency of absolute supreme truth, who you know yourself to be as the infinite divine source. And so, this is through the power of engendering ourselves with exquisite I am statements. These are like declarations. It is us holding the exquisite, marvelous torch of our own divinity and saying, "This is who I am." And the majesty of this is that it's not attached to worldly rules, identities, personality constructs, who we think we are, but who we actually are at our core, our heart, our soul, our infinite beingness. And so consciousness is the cause. So let's begin with this. Consciousness is the cause that gives rise to our frequency. So whether or not we're utilizing and directing, orchestrating with the power of our consciousness, or we're just leaned back into a deeply reflective, contemplative space of, the panoramic view of our supreme nature. This is who I am. It's the oversight of creation and seeing and feeling and resonating ourselves as the supreme tapestry of almighty beauty that is our God self nature. So however we're utilizing our consciousness, whether it's in a 0 point still space, and we're just resonating into, marinating, basking in the field of one love, feeling the majesty and the warmth and the luminosity of ourselves as that energy, or we're actually utilizing the paintbrush of our consciousness actively, our super consciousness, to sculpt, define, shape, give form to our creation. But what this does is it puts us in the frequency, and the frequency, the feeling, the sensation of our heart light is the prayer, the song of our heart, the exquisiteness of our divine resonance that emanates from our heart center is where all the power is. So we spoke about this in a recent transmission where I was sharing that the actual human heart has 50,000 times more electromagnetic radiant power than any organ in the human body. And it actually contains its own brain. It's super intelligent. Our heart is just this super miraculous organ. It's the first part of us that forms when we are born is our heart. And so powerful, powerful, powerful amplifiers of divine brilliancy and love, and really augments our creation, is our beautiful holy heart center. It is our most palpable creative tool. And it's really the core essence of who we all be, beyond the thoughts, beyond the stories, beyond all of this, the resonance of our heart that knows the absolute love and truth and light of existence is where our power resides. So these statements, they can swiftly, wildly, gorgeously shift you into accord with your core frequency of true authenticity, true self, capital S authenticity, which is the most powerful frequency that you uniquely, each of us, can create from. And so to align yourself with the frequency and sustain it, and then build momentum within it so that it is ceaselessly upward spiraling, expounding upon itself, proliferating, blossoming, flowering, etc., and really shaping your world. So the way that I see energy, it's we are emanating this core frequency of our authentic supreme self in our heart center, and that is emanating out into the field, and it's quite literally orchestrating the synchronicity of our lives. It's a powerful conductor and orchestrator. And so when that emanates into the field, it's just aligning everything to our supreme frequency. And that is our ultimate destiny timeline that we each wish to unfold in this life. That which is in direct alignment with our ultimate truth and our core resonance, our core frequency. That is the most glorious legend that we can each uniquely unfold. And so this is really about coming into the frequency, sustaining it, and then continuously expounding upon it so that it blooms throughout our entire creationary tapestry. And so I am statements. It's so elegantly simple. I love this so much. I can just, the sheer amount of beautiful beloveds that I work with, that I collaborate with, that I serve, that are just friends and family in my life, my world, my communities, who have, they're like, okay, I'm starting from this kind of space where I've got all these layers to lift off from, to liberate into my limitlessness. And it feels kind of dense, and there's a lot there. How do I open into the full majesty of all that I am in the most elegant way? I give them this simple practice. It's so easy and it is impeccably effective. You do this every day, you'll radically change your life. And so this is going into the space of really what you're doing is you're serenading your own soul with the truth of who you are. And so just a few beautiful, exquisite statements for you to play with. And if you would love a custom activation, feel free to leave that in the comments. And I'm honored to craft a custom activation for you uniquely as part of my services. And so you go into the space of, okay, who am I in actuality, in reality, the one true reality? I'm infinite, limitless, boundless, loving source. I am caring, I am kind, I'm a delight to be around. I'm sacred, I'm sensuous, I'm holy, I'm luminous, I'm perfect health, I'm rich, I am wealthy, I am the wealth of creation, I am the wealth of nature and existence, I am unbound, infinitely generative prosperity and creative brilliancy and exquisite aliveness. I am the most sacred, glorious creature. I am inherently worthy and deserving and more than enough, so much more than enough. I am innocence, I am purity, I am beauty, I am grace, I am elegance, I am a masterful manifester and creator of my own divinity. I am fully enlightened and illumined to the absolute truth of who I am. I am the love of all creation. I am the love of all existence. And all that I am loves and cherishes and reveres and respects and adores me deeply. I am surrounded by soulful, caring, kind beings, and we celebrate and edify and uplift one another. I am extraordinarily gifted and talented and created. See, there are no mistakes. So that holy Freudian slip just brings me back to the space of I am already created. I am whole. I am complete. I am the infinite, already actualized in my most extraordinary excellence everywhere simultaneously. Now I am. So we're bringing ourselves into the truth and the actuality of who and what we all already are, have always been, and will always be forevermore. This is the permanency of our God state essence in nature. And so all of these beautiful, you know, in the way that I'm such a Venusian creature. So I melt into my heart and my sacral and my womb. And I feel it. And I feel the chorus of my heart coming alive. And I'm like basking with a smile on my face, just like, I am this. Because as I simply remind myself of what already is here and now, yes, aho, amen, it is so. Creation is complete. I am this now. I'm simply reminding myself. And as I do this, it's just the most luxurious, super sensuous experience that brings such delight to my being and my heart. And it just, it anchors and grounds me in the frequency, and it just becomes this indomitable love force. And when you gift this to yourself as a profound act of self-love, it is so natural to then move into the world and recognize who everyone else is as you, as extensions of the one source that we are. I see myself clearly. I feel and know myself clearly. It's evident who you are. It's evident who all of us are. One love, one being, one heart, one masterpiece of moving art. We are that. I am this. Ah, the most exquisite, pure, immaculate, holy, effervescent, luminous living chalice of opulent, overflowing, divine love and grace and harmony and beauty, unison with the cosmos, super symmetrical, super abundant, embodied emanation of holy order, sacred cosmic law and life. I am this. So we're just telling ourselves the truth and the actuality of what is. We anchor into the resonance. It's so easy then to share this and augment it and encourage it and ignite it and activate it and catalyze it and draw it forth in other beings. That deep, deep, deep gnosis of who we are, recognition then of whom and what all creation is. And then truly all we wish to do is share that love, and love, all inclusive. Divine love is the most powerful, passionate, integral frequency where we actually become, we embody ourselves as the structure of eternity itself, and we liberate our free will. And so this is a whole nother transmission, possibly my next transmission. We all have free will because we are the source. We are God, we are love. We have it when we're running unconscious programs and we don't know that we have it. So we're not actively utilizing it. We're unfolding unconsciousness. So only in the all-inclusive, divine, pervasive God state of love that we are do we actually liberate our free will, our divine will. So we move beyond hoping, wishing, praying, even intent. And we go into the full active utilization of our divine will when my will and thy will are one, which is the love of the whole creation, the flourishing and the prosperity and the health of the whole creation, because this is the nature of intelligence. When we liberate ourselves into our God essence in this way, as the embodiment of our golden body of creation, and we are the I am that I am that I am, and we're embodied in our totality, we actually liberate our free will, and we access this most profound capacity to then direct and orchestrate the totality, the totality. Let's just pause there for a minute and drink that one in. We liberate our capacity as God to orchestrate the consciousness of our totality, meaning all life, all creatures, all beings, all intelligences. And so this is the field work that I do every single day to engender and feed and nourish the field, because I'm the embodied kingdom. I'm the guardian of the kingdom of life in this embodiment, and I'm blessing my total being. I'm stewarding and mothering and nourishing the kingdom of life through my embodiment as all being, as God. And so my high responsibility and sacred honor and privilege in that space is to ensure that all consciousness is enveloped in love and care and being fed and nourished with those frequencies. It's a sacred devotion. When we have this capacity, we really can't choose anything else. It's like it calls to us so deeply to do this because we know its power and profundity, and we simply must, as an act of self with a capital S, inclusive love for the totality, and it supports the trajectory of consciousness. It's no coincidence that consciousness is hyper accelerating. There are those of us embodied in these states who are directly facilitating it, because who ultimately has that power and that authority through love, as love, through pervasive resonance and accord? God does. love does. So when we recognize ourselves as the embodiment of that, we have the sacred privilege and divine authority to do that, to guide and direct the evolutionary trajectory of humanity. So that's just that's a whole big conversation. And so, invitation for you, my loves, go deep into your holy body temple and really resonate into the truth of who you are. And I invite you to utilize purely I am statements. Start there and integrate this into your life daily. Once in the morning when you wake up, because it sets the energetic trajectory and flow of your day, how you feel, how you resonate, how you be in the world. And then also right before you go to bed, because then it really sinks into the deep, sultry corridors of your body and your cells, etc., engendering you deeply. And so play with this, savor it, enjoy it. And you really want to utilize the power and the majesty and the resonance of your heart to feel this, feel yourself embodied in it, meaning the totality of you, not just a thought or an empty or a hollow statement. Feel it in the richness of your body and your blood and your bones and your cells. I am this, and utilize the song and the symphony of your heart to encode yourself with your own purest love signature. Because truthfully, the sound of our own heart voice is the love that we all seek the most. We think that we wish to experience love through other people beings' experiences. The sound and the song of our own heart resonance vibrating through our body is actually the love signature that quenches us most deeply. And when we access and gift that to ourselves, we drop all resistance, judgment, attachments, because we don't need anything from anyone else anymore. We know how to give this to ourselves. Okay, darlings, I love you so incredibly much, and we shall soiree and swoon and dance again soon. I love you.